How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today I'm bringing you the long-awaited upgrade list for my second game of Commander. I'm using the Wyleth Precon from Commander Legends. It's called Arm For Battle. I'll leave my other video talking about it in the description. In this video I'll just tell you what cards I added and my reasoning behind adding those cards. I'll start with the Planeswalkers. Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients, and Nahiri, Storm of Stone. I added these two. The first one I thought it would make sense because it can create tokens, so it gives me chump blockers. It will serve as a tutor for my equipments, and it can also serve as removal. The Nahiri Storm of Stone gives first strike and makes my equip abilities cost one less, making the game plan much easier. It can also act as removal. My next two additions are actually two sagas: Forging the Tyrite Sword and Showdown of the Skulls. Forging the Tyrite Sword will give me a treasure for the first two chapters, giving me the chance to play more things each turn, and in the last chapter I will be able to look for any equipment on my deck. Showdown of the Skulls will serve as card draw of sorts, and it will make my creatures bigger whenever I play a spell. Next up, Sorceries and Instants. Again, only added two sorceries to the deck, and they were Reconstruct History and Doomscar. Reconstruct History seems like a great card because just for 4 mana I will be able to return several cards from my graveyard to my hand, and Doomscar is a fantastic board wipe. And you know, since I know I'm playing against decks that can create a bunch of tokens out of nowhere, seems like the right thing to add to the deck. The biggest movement the deck has seen was actually in the creature department. I added a total of 10 new creatures, and they are Cole the Forge Master, Kadis Emberclaw Familiar, Ornithopter of Paradise, Togo Goblin Weaponsmith, Akiri Fearless Voyager, Kemba Ka Regent, Iliot's Pilgrim, Starnam Cursor, Annex Ardent in the Forge, and Brunor Battlehammer. All of these creatures serve some purpose, obviously. Cole gives protection of sorts and counters. Kadis makes any attack I make dangerous to any of my opponents. Ornithopter of Paradise is a mana dork. Togo creates cheap equipments whenever a land enters the battlefield that I can throw at my opponents directly. Akiri not only draws me cards, she also lets me protect my creatures, giving them indestructible. Kemba can create a lot of cat tokens. Iliot's Pilgrim is a tutor for an aura. Stornheim Cursor makes my artifacts and enchantments cheaper to cast. Annex can be a big hitter, plus it gives me tokens, and Brunor makes my creatures stronger while also letting me have the freedom of a free equip per turn. Considering enchantments and artifacts are so important in this deck and its overall strategy, I decided I should add a couple more, even if I took some out, and preferably make them cheaper ones. So the ones I decided to add were Spectral Steel, Aina Umbra, Sentinel's Eyes, Tormentor's Helm, Whisperseal Cloak, Maul of the Skyclaves, Cliffhaven Kitesail, and Goldvein Peak. Some of these, like Spectral Steel or Tormentor's Helm, don't really add much more than plus counters, but they're cheaper to cast than some of the ones that I took out, plus they help with our game plan. Others can give us things like treasures, abilities like flying or vigilance, but the big hitters for me are Aina Umbra, Maul of the Skyclaves, and Whisperseal Cloak. With these three, our creatures, most likely our commander, will be stronger with better abilities and definitely very well protected. With this being a Boros deck, I added what I could as far as ManaRocks are concerned. The deck now has Commander Sphere and Boros Signet. Obviously, I could have chosen a couple more, but I thought these two were probably the best I could have picked, so I decided just to keep these two. The mana situation was also far from ideal, so I tried to make it a little more even by getting Needle Spires plus Lorehold Campus. I know it's just 2 lands, but a little better than having just a mountain on our plains. The last thing I added were basically just some cards that could serve more than one purpose. With that in mind, I decided to add Skyclave Cleric / Skyclave Basilica, Spikefield Hazard / Spikefield Cave, and Kazul's Fury / Kazul's Cliffs. Those 3 cards will give me a little bit more options and much more freedom when it comes to deciding what I should be playing. If I need a land, I have the land option. If I need a creature, I have the creature option. If I need removal, I have the removal option. This was it, guys. This is what I decided to get for my $15 upgrade on the Arm For Battle Precon. Let me know what you thought about my buys and what other cards do you think would have been better options. I hope you're excited for the game. I know I am. Those guys are great. If you are not following them, make sure to do so. I'll leave their info down in the description. A big shout out to CountryFried, Maechael from Children of Alara, and obviously SlowUnpacking. 3 great guys. You should definitely hit up their channels. Let's hope this game is fun and let's hope you enjoy it. I'll see you on the next one.